Live. Woo! Okay. Hi, I'm Creatively Lisa, inspiring the creative within. And I just went to a female entrepreneur group that I'm a part of. We had our meeting last evening. It's called the GSFE. It's an international organization, and it's just, I can't even describe it. Stellar is the word. The amount of people, women that are affiliated with the organization that I know of in my area, and now I'm realizing that it's actually global. It's pretty powerful, and it's women changing the world. It's kind of awesome. It's actually more than awesome. And every month we have a new speaker that comes in and talks about something businessy, or usually an author or somebody that does something in the industry for growth in your businesses and how to do it better. Just all kinds of things. And it's pretty powerful. And so I went yesterday. I haven't been able to go in a couple months just because of everything going on and holidays and family and etc. So I went yesterday, and holy smokes, I always kind of hesitate because I get doing stuff and then I don't think to go. And I went, and it was spot on. And the interesting thing about it is I talk about this all the time. And I say, we're all geniuses at something. We are. We're geniuses at something. We may not know it. We probably don't know it. And we probably have imposter syndrome, which most women do, that think that what they're saying or what they're talking about, that no, they just don't know that much about it. They don't really know what they're talking about. Somebody else is always better than them. No, that's not the case. You're a genius at something. Not a genius at everything, neither am I, but I'm a damn genius at a lot of things. Am I a genius at being an accountant? No. Can I play the piano? No. What about being a stockbroker? No, not that either. A chef? Not that either. I mean, a lot of things I'm not a genius at. However, I am a genius at a lot of things. And until yesterday that I went to that meeting, I didn't realize how much of a genius I actually was. And we went through this exercise, and she says, well, hold up your hand if you want to go through it with me. And I'm like, yes, I'll do it. I'm in. Because that's half the battle right there, is saying yes and stepping in and seeing what you can learn or what you can experience. And holy smokes, it just blew my mind. I can't even stress that enough. It blew my mind. Think about all the things that you like to do. You love to do. There's a lot, I'm sure. I mean, I can think about it. I love riding motorcycles. I'm an artist. I play the cello. I'm certainly not a genius at that, but I'm working on it. My business. I'm a fantastic oiler. I can answer any question about that. Wouldn't always be that way. Internet, online marketing, branding, you name it. All of these things I know about. I love participating in. I love doing. Dogs, for instance, as well. That's something else that I absolutely love. And all of these things we could be a genius at. You really can. And so I, of course, picked my business and raising your vibration and how to do that permanently. And we start going through the exercises. And think about this. So I ask you and I invite you to actually go through this exercise yourself. And I bet that your posture, your confidence in that, whatever it is, will shift immediately, because it did in me. And I can't begin to tell you how many times I would, no, I'm not that. I don't know that much. I don't know. There's always somebody better. Well, there always is. Somebody's been doing it longer. Somebody knows more. They've gone in more depth. They can be doing it better. I can be doing it better. They say whoever they are, but it's been in books, that it takes a minimum of 10,000 hours to become a professional in anything. Now, think about that. It's a long time. But think about that also. How many hours have you been doing whatever it is? How many hours have I been painting? How many hours have I been playing cello? How many hours have I had my business? How many hours have I been working on marketing and learning how to work on social media and figuring out the platforms? How much? How much have I spent on branding myself and picking stuff out and researching how to do things and training? How much? And we don't think about all these things. And so I'm going to ask you this question. So think about something that you absolutely love. You love doing, no matter what it is. Stop. Be good. Don't you tear up her toy. I'm babysitting. He's a sweetie, but boy, he's like a kid. The minute you get on the computer, on the phone, he's all over the place. He's on my couch. He's chewing up my kids' toys. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Anyway, he's adorable, though. I don't know if you can see him. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let's get him up here. Come here. Let's see. He's scary. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Get up here. There he is. His name's Goose. Yes, his name's Goose. His name's Goose. My kid puts up with him and he respects my girl, so it works out. Anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. Think about what you're a genius at. So think about what you love. Just think of one thing. Now take it a step further. How many years have you been working at it, doing it, interested in it, reading about it, doing stuff regarding it? Think about it. Now, take it a step further. So I did that with my, she asked me, well, how long have you, how many years have you been doing this? And I went, see, if I go back to it, probably about 4 or 5 years. She goes, really? She goes, you didn't do anything whatsoever regarding this. You didn't learn anything before 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, no. No, I've been taking courses and classes and learning and meditating and going on retreats and silent retreats and working on myself to gain the knowledge in this. I'm in a self-mastery course. I've been studying since I was a teenager. I've been studying and growing this. She goes, is that it? Or did it go back further than that? And I went, well, actually, when I was 6 years old, I started recognizing differences in people, and I started recognizing, seeing things and feeling things, and being very perceptive in regards to just experiences when I would go to church. My grandmother dragged me to church, I was raised Catholic. And at a very young age, things didn't go so well with one of the nuns. And I was ridiculed. And I didn't think that was very cool. And I started watching and listening. And I just realized the differences in the hypocrisies of different things. And I started seeing things differently and being very conscious of people and where people were. And I just saw them differently. And it was interesting because my heart just shifted. And it was just I didn't think about it really. Didn't occur to me. I remember certain nuances and exchanges, but I didn't really get into it until she started talking about this. And how long have I been really working at this? And I went, oh gosh, I remembered the exact moment. I remember when I saw something specific, when I felt something, and when I actually had that deep connection with source and what to do at that point. Now, mind you, I didn't know everything. I certainly don't even know everything today, but I'm in a better place. But I started back then, and I was consciously perceptive and growing and learning ever since. Studying and taking courses and learning and growing. And that's when your years of experience comes into play. So think back. When was you first started being interested in whatever it was? How many years ago was that? That's a long time. That's a long time that you've grown and you've learned and you've filled up in becoming a genius at that thing, right? Okay, now here's the next question. out of all those years, how many people have you touched because of that? Have you helped? Have you supported? Have you connected with? Have you touched? Have you changed in some way? How many people? Think again. You go back, all the way back, and can you actually count? So I took with the people that I have connected with, say, in the past 5 years, in my business, on all levels of my business now. And then I went with that, and I started going back year by 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 year. And all the people that I touched and I worked on, I used to heal people like pain and illnesses and stuff when I was younger. I didn't think anything about it. It just did it. It worked. It was fine. And how many people did I touch? I wasn't 100% aware of everything that I was doing, but I could feel and touch and everything. And it was so powerful because I went all the way back. And guess what my number was? It's over 9,000 people. That's a lot. So think about that. How many people have you touched with your gift, with your genius, with your passion? How many people? So how many years? How many people? And we're going to take it one step further. How many people? That's the time, number of people that you've done. Now, experiences. So say I've connected with and helped over 9,000 individuals, which I have, okay? So out of those 9,000 people, have you helped each individual only once? Did you have a session with them, communicate with them, make something for them, do something for them, whatever it is? How many instances with each individual? That even takes it even more. So I went back and I looked and I was like, shoot, conversations, online and offline. How many people have I helped? How many people have I schooled on things, learned, inspired, my thoughts of wisdom? We all have this within us, and go back on that. And I was like, well, shoot, I'd venture to say easily half. I'm going to lowball. Okay. So we're going to go even 9,000, even though it's been more. We're going to go 4,500. So 9,000 and add another 4,500 onto it. That's 13,500. That's only if you've ever communicated and done something with them once, helped them one time or 2 times only. So it's even higher than that. So easily 15,000 experiences, sessions, consults, support, help, whatever you want to call it. That's it. And so you now have taken a passion that you love. Okay. And then the amount of years you've worked at it, to the amount of people that you've actually helped in some way or another, that you've touched. And then the amount of time, the instances in which you touched them. That takes on another number. And that, my friend, is your genius. That, my friend, is your talent, is your what's the word I'm looking for? That is what you've got. That's the confidence level. You know what you're talking about. Whatever it is, you know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You've read about it. You've talked about it. You've worked at it. You've studied it. You've talked to people about it. You've worked with people regarding it. You've helped people. You've done many different things. It doesn't matter what it is. You've done that. And so when I say everybody is a genius at something, there's not a doubt in my mind, even more so now than I ever thought before, that you are a genius at something. You just have to believe it. And when I started going through the numbers and writing it down and researching it, I was blown away. My posture changed immediately, my confidence level. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so when you're doing something that you don't really like doing, but you're doing it because you don't know what else to do, think about your genius. You know it inside and out. Nobody else does like you. And I can hear it. Oh yeah, but there's somebody else that knows more. Maybe so. Maybe they're doing something else. You don't know. You don't know. And I can guarantee you that there are people out there that are looking for what you have to offer. Right here, right here, right here. What's inside, and right here. They're looking for what you have to offer, and you are steps ahead of somebody else that needs your assistance. So step into that. See where it goes. See where it goes. You don't know. I had no idea that I would be doing what I am right now 5 years ago. Would have had no clue. I had no idea. 5 years ago, I was painting a lot, wasn't making any money at it. I was very unhappy with a lot that was going on in my life. And I didn't know which way to go. I knew what I wanted, and I kept working towards that, but I didn't have that nuance, I always kept saying that there's something missing and I can't figure it out. I had my business, which was awesome, and it was making me money, which was fantastic. I didn't have to have a job, but I couldn't figure out what that little bit was. Couldn't quite figure it out. And over time, the more I worked on me and was able to have time to do these different things and go in that direction of online and working with people and doing all of that with my business, it evolved. It evolved into something that so many women, men too, are having struggles with. I hear it daily with women and with men about how they're up and down on the roller coaster and they can't figure out, they've been on it for years and it's like they're just on a hamster wheel to nowhere in a sense, and they don't know how to get off of it. I figured it out. That's genius. And did it happen overnight? Hell no. It started when I was 6 years old. It started when I was 6 years old. And it just manifested. So you never know where your passion will take you. You don't know. You don't know. And now today, I'm able to have this amazing business that I absolutely love, paired with this, being able to help people shift and raise their energy and vibration in an amazingly powerful way so that they can do whatever they want. Whether it's a business, whether it's anything, travel, doesn't matter. And I would have never thought that was possible. And I love it. Wake up every day and I'm always looking for fun things to do and what's next. And it's inspired. That's the key. When you're doing what you love, you're inspired to do more. And the more you do of it, the more you go down that path, the more genius you become. The more genius you become. Yep. That's it. So that is my thoughts for today. So you are a genius at something. Always remember that. Think how long you've been a genius. It goes way, way back. Think how many people you've touched by your genius and how many times have you touched them. Now, I'll even take it a step further. By not following your genius, think about all the people that are missing out on your genius and you touching them in some way. You're the light that shines brightly so that others have guidance. However that flows. However that flows. Okay. That's my insight for today. Post in the comments below genius if you want to learn a little bit more about this, or you're ready to step into your genius and start working at it, even if it's part-time. Start stepping away from something you don't like into something you do like. Whether it's business, we've got that covered. We can work on your genius. We can get it figured out. Post genius in the comments and let's live that genius. All right? Always remember to go out and create something magnificent. Ciao. Till next time. See ya.